Happy Christmas, Harry! Happy Christmas, Ron. Happy Christmas, everybody, from the real Randy Chavez. This is a Harry Potter reference. For those who don't know, I'm a huge nerd. Before I get into it, what? Okay, so thank you to my new Patreon member, Chimney Imp. I got your notification at 1 this morning. Thank you. Every dollar counts. Patreon down below. Referral code. Okay, Earth 2 things that I have written down or typed up. Right now, it always seemed contemptible to me that we need passports in order to show that we were able to visit beings of the same species as us on the other side of the world just because they were born or live on a different patch of dirt than we do. I never thought it was fair. I don't like getting my picture taken with passports. But this, buddy of mine speculates that there might not be borders once they wipe out all man-made things in Phase 2. Since borders are technically something that we made up, there's a chance that it might be there, and there's a chance that it won't. We might have the option to make borders via walls. Link your best Trump wall memes down below. My favorite one is when he visits Jerusalem, and he leans like into the wall, and someone captures him saying like, "Tell me your secrets. How did they build you?" That one's one of my favorites. Anyway, people were asking how I value tiles in the game in general, and the valuation I think is more is in the fun of owning spots like the Vatican or Area 51 or other major landmarks. The other part that I think is massively undervalued is just the potential of this game, what it will be, what we'll be able to do in the future. Part of the reason why I'd never sell any of the things that I bought is just because there's a greater than zero chance that some of these tiles could have hidden blocks in them. Kind of like in Mario Party where you land on a hidden block and you don't just get a a normal 1 through 10 block rate. You can get a blue block rate, which means that you get 1 coin for every hit that you do, or you can get an extra 7 through 10, so it's only higher numbers. It could be something like that. That's something that I really think would be cool to have in there. Guy also asked what would drive the prices down. And I think the only way that prices go down in a meaningful way and stay down is if the game is perceived as a failure. I'm not saying that there won't be dips in the future. This is going to be like a market. It kind of already is. It is sure to have dips and valleys in the future. I suspect that during the first dip, everyone who is ignorant about how markets work will panic sell, and it will be open season for anyone with just a little bit of cash to get some wicked good deals. I've seen it before in the stock market earlier this year when everything went from up here to down here, and I was buying all the way down. I was like, this is great. This is great. Every day is even better. And then it started going up, and I was like, this is still a good deal because it's like less than half of what it was. And then everyone that did that made a lot of money. I've seen it in the Pokemon market as well, where just recently everything shot up because of the Logan Paul spike. He mentioned him collecting Pokemon in several of his videos, even did a live stream. And then after it goes from here to here, and then people are just like, oh God, the market's crashing. Even though it was here and now it's here, people still were panic selling. So it's super fantastic deals for anyone that was in there. If the US tiles go to, let's say, $15 a tile and then drop to, let's say, where it is now at $8.74 a tile, you can best believe I will freaking bet the house and buy up as much as I can. And it doesn't have to just be the US. Any place that goes to a certain price and then drops down to a certain price as people are panic selling, I'll buy the dip just because I know that people were at one point willing to pay this price. There's no reason why they wouldn't again. Guy also asked how much these prices can go up, like what I think is the highest it can go. And the beauty to this is that because of the creativity and unlimited potential, I don't actually see a ceiling cap on it. I think they can go as high as someone is willing to pay for them. It's the same as art and collectibles. There's no set data point, just what someone is willing to pay, what someone's willing to sell for, and that's really the only two variables that are in it. Because you could talk analytics, you could talk market caps, but you say like, okay, well, this perceived revenue in the future is going to be this, so it's worth this. But at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want to sell or someone doesn't want to buy at the price you want to sell for, that deal's not going to get done at those prices. This is a game where, really, to my knowledge, right as of yet, no famous person has bumped it yet. In Pokemon, we had Logan Paul. In politics, if you have any celebrity that comes out in support of their favorite candidate, usually they do get a bump. I have tagged Elon Musk and Gary Vaynerchuk in tweets about this game, because I feel like it's a game Elon Musk would play. For those of you that don't know, he is a nerd like us. He plays video games. He likes memes. He's fun. And Gary Vee would just find this undervalued. What Gary Vee does is he focuses on attention. And remember, this isn't an app yet. This isn't something that teenagers really have access to right now, because you need real money, real world money for it right now. The reason I bring up teenagers is because things like Snapchat, MySpace, and TikTok started out with the use of teens and just blew up from there. So once this is an app and teens can use it for free, and you can visit and travel what everyone has gone and built, this is likely when someone famous will discover it and feature it in a video. We did have that one guy on TikTok be able to do that. Again, that's kind of what it went viral for. You can visit your virtual land on Wander via the Oculus. If you have an Oculus Quest 2, the Wander app lets you go anywhere in the world in VR. It's essentially a VR version of Google Maps. It's available on both Quest 1 and Quest 2 for those of you that want it or are wondering. You got it for Christmas, that's what you can do. Developers recently did purchase a server designed to handle around 30,000 internal devices. So this ran around $320,000 for them. And if anyone noticed, it was going super fast last night. The website, even this morning, I was on it just checking the data for everything for you guys. And yeah, it's going super fast now. Ran about $320,000 for it, and he recently had to buy a new $20,000 blade because it was 80% resource usage. And I think the cost to run a program with this capacity was above what they wanted to start with, and didn't expect the site to go viral the way it did. Now they're making money. It is profitable right now, but migrating is a difficult and time-consuming process, especially when integrating load balancing and protection against DDoS and hackers. For those of you that don't know, DDoS is a distributed denial of service attack, basically a method where cybercriminals and the like flood a network with so much traffic that it just can't operate or communicate as it normally would. It's simple, it's effective, it's a powerful technique. It's usually fueled by insecure devices and poor digital habits. So that's just a taste of what the developers are dealing with right now. But outside of that, they do seem to have a little bit of breathing room now because the site is fast AF. I'm thoroughly enjoying the feedback. Oh, Chimney Imp also said that what I was saying the other day about it would be a good idea to incentivize the buying of class 4 tiles if you just make them spawn more resources. His idea is just saying, okay, well, what if it was just random, like everything random, everything sporadic. Some is class 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I didn't actually think of that. I thought it would be more inverted, the way the class tiles, the income versus the resources. But the idea of it being random, kind of like when Thanos in Infinity War says, my snap will affect the rich and poor, the just and unjust alike. That's just total fairness, absolute random. Like, think of iCarly, random dancing. It's gonna happen. So that's something that I think if that does happen, that'd be pretty cool. Just because there's definitely going to be strategies in the game, but that's something that if that happens the way he thinks, there just won't be any strategy for that. It'll just be pot luck. He also said that there'd be something about smaller communities in there. And again, what I'm thinking of is there was just going to be major metropolises, everyone trying to get as close to them as they can, rip to everybody's wallets to try to get the high prices in the city. They just a lot of people are moving, so everyone is trying to lower rent a little bit just to be able to get more tenants in, so they're smashing down prices. Just like you should smash that like button. I should have done that way earlier in the video. But that's what I thought it would be like, just major metropolises and little cities outside of it. But I never actually thought, okay, let's say if you're going from a major metropolis like Philadelphia and you want to go to Pittsburgh because somebody has recreated the Pittsburgh Steelers football stadium and turned it into something else or did whatever, and you're on your way there via whatever methods they have. If it's teleportation, it wouldn't really matter, or portals, it wouldn't really matter. But if it's something like, the Harry Potter Express, in if anyone's been to Harry Potter World in Orlando, and you just see, it's like a virtual train ride. The train, you take the train, but it's interactive. There's things that you can do and things that you can see to entertain you while you're on that ride. If they have something like that, like one of my guys, he wants to do that in one of the islands that he has from the airport. He has a car service. He wants to do everything like that. If they have that on your way from Philly to Pittsburgh, imagine driving by and seeing this community of Amish people. It'd be like, oh, that's what he means. Little communities like that are away. But there could be a reason why you would want that. Communities in the middle of nowhere, small, because if you don't want anyone to stumble upon what you're trying to do, let's say you have really good resources there. You can resource gold or wheat or diamonds or whatever it is. That is a strategy that you can implement to be able to do that. I thoroughly enjoy that. That's not something my brain had thought of. My brain was always about, no, big buildings would add revenue. But I never thought of actually just mining for resources in secret, getting land in the middle of nowhere, specifically for the Amish, maybe some Native Americans in America, or Inca Indians down in Peru. I'm Inca Indian myself, in case you couldn't tell. Even as far as the Aboriginals over in Australia, a lot of people that really, for the most part, just self-sufficient, want to be left alone. Cool people, though. Anyway, guys, as for me, this video's getting a little long. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all, and I hope you're up to your whiskers in fun. I love you guys. Bye. Meow. Meow.